Alright, so it's kind of weird that it's almost been 2 weeks since Riot List have come out, but in about 4 days, so like Thursday morning for practically everyone in America, we will be getting, or we should be getting Kyoto and Kohono. Now, reason being, they are the next pickup banners in the scheduled release. The only pickup banners after them is Julius, so I'm going to make another video kind of discussing that, but yeah, so Kyoto Kohono should be coming next. I'm gonna guess they're not gonna be like dual pickup banners because they're not like, it's not 4 units dropping at once, right? It's only 2. Now if you were smart, mainly you should have only summoned on Riot Lich at least a little bit, and Fauna and Veto should not have really been touched, right? I did about 300 pulls in total. I did 10 here and then 290 here, so 300 pulls exactly. I will not be summoning on Kyoto Kohono. It's going to very much depend on your account. Personally, I think that Kyoto is an amazing DPS, but we're going to kind of get into more of the nitty gritty. I might do another should you summon later, but like actually talk about if you should summon. But I mean, right now we're going to go over all their kits, right? I guess this is less of a should you summon and just talking about the overall uses of all of these, or the 3 units that are coming out. Now, why I say 3 units is because we are also missing the SR that does come alongside with them, being Gifso. I don't know if he's in the game, but it does not seem that he's in the game. You can see that, I mean, another thing that tells us they're the next units is in the recommended. They are here. So we've got Kohono with all of their kits, and then also Kyoto. And it's very weird because they have a united attack, which I've never seen in my life. Like, Kohono doesn't have it, but Kyoto does. So I feel like there was something wrong there. They probably had to take it out. So yeah, we're just gonna go over it on Pridewind because I feel like that's a lot better. But yeah, so let's start pulling it up. Let's start with Kyoto being probably the highest damage dealer in the game, if we're being like for real with ourselves. He has the highest attack stat in the game. Second, the only people that have higher is really Fauna and Leopold. Everyone else is lower. He just has like, he just has a very high base like main attack stat with a pretty decent also magic attack stat. And if you compare to the like magic attack, it's around the same, but they're a bit higher, right? They're about like 800 stats like total higher than Kyoto, but Kyoto is going to be very good. He has a very nice amount of defense considering what else he does, right? So let's just start talking about it. He is a buffing unit. The more buffs he has, he's gonna just do more things, right? And he is basically like a successor to Raya in many ways. I think that him and Raya are both good for what they want to do. Now, first of all, he's gonna basically just do a bit extra damage when he has a buff. Then skill 2, AoE, so he's like a better version of Blue Yami in many ways too. In damage, he's like far and above better, right? Far and above. Now, when for each buff he has, he gets 10% crit rate, so this attack is gonna do a decent amount, but and it goes up to 15% at level 5. In terms of the attack, like, it's not crazy. Like 50% is not that crazy. It goes up to 62. Even with his skill page, you're not going to really want your skill page. I'll go into that also, but it's like pretty good. I've seen very good damage, but it's not insane. Right now, getting pretty much guaranteed crits can be very good if you go for a crit damage build, which I believe you should go for. So I'd say that this unit is going to be very nice for that. Then next up, this is his big hit. Has the highest ult in the game, ult percentage in the game, 165 at base, plus 80%, so it goes up to 245%. Which is insane. And then when he has 2 or more buffs, it is a guaranteed crit. Guaranteed, yes sir. And then for each buff, he gets 15% accuracy, which basically means he will not be blocking it. But I do not understand this part because usually if you get a crit, you are penetrating the block either way. Because basically what accuracy does is it penetrates the block effect. Now, if you crit, usually you don't have a block effect. So I'm a bit confused why there's accuracy if you're getting that crit. I think it's for like, it's weird. It's like if you only have 1 buff, this would be good. But if you have 2 or more, you have no need for this accuracy, especially because it's only for that attack. But this damage, this ult is probably the not the highest hitting ult. I think Rise is still higher because of how much higher it scales. But this one is insane. Now, what makes it very good is his unique passive, that is his LR passive, in where for every time he gets buffed, not like a barrier buff, like an actual buff, right? It can't be a gray buff, right? A gray buff kind of like, this counts as a gray buff, like in Grand Cross if you play, I'm pretty sure, because it can't really be removed. But basically, for every buff you get, you have a exciting dance stack, which gives him 5% endurance and block, which is 5%. And endurance, I'm not 100% sure what it does, but block is 5% damage reduction. So that's really good. You could get up to 20%. Then on your, if you have 5 stacks, you get 30% endurance and 30% block with 50% increased damage. So he's going to be doing really good stuff. He's going to be able to tank pretty decently well. And what's crazy, you could have this idle debut. Plus, once you get this debut buff, you get the exciting dances buff, which means he could have over 50% damage reduction on his own, which makes him very good. And at the same time, increases his damage by 50%. And this one increasing his damage, make this unit crit and give him attack. He's going to be doing insane damage. But like looking at it, why I'm saying Raya is still higher is because of how Raya works, is that he does an extra attack right away, so that even if he has like 15% lower attack, he's doing still 70% more. Plus, it's doing 15% increased damage dealt per buff on him, and I think this is just insanely good, having it per buff. So like you could easily copy the buffs and then like have your buffers and make you do really good damage. I've seen Blaze J do 1.5 million in the Hall of Illusions, and it is very worth it, right? And the main usage, or the main person to really nuke, or like for turns that for like units, not units, sorry, for bosses that are like they wait 6 turns, which is like Heath, right? He waits 6 turns to attack. Sorry if I grazed the mic there. He waits 6 turns to attack, and that means you could like extend your buffs and get like 10 plus buffs, which means like you're gonna do 300-400%, and it's just really good. And if the buffs are strong, like it's just insane. So like Kyoto is definitely much better for like PvP, but Raya is better for PvE. But Kyoto is still very good and doesn't take much build up. You just need like 1 or 2 buffers, but like for in 1 turn he's already built up, right? You get, I don't know, Goshen William, and he's gonna do insane damage, but Raya still has that extra 15% per buff. But he does get 50% damage reduction, damage increase, and he gets endurance with block. He's gonna be just doing insane stuff, right? Insane stuff. I really do. Wait, yeah, I'm pretty sure block is. I don't know if I said the right thing. Is it damage reduction? No, fortify and block is not the same thing. My bad. Okay, so no, never mind. My bad. So like endurance and block is both gonna. So this is gonna block up to 30% of damage. My bad. And endurance, I don't really know the exact thing that it does, but it obviously makes him tank more, right? So that's how it works. Kyoto is very good. Now, should you summon? I don't think you directly need him. He's very good, but we just got what's it called? Like 4 units, and you don't need blue units. I feel like right now the thing is with all 3, they're all blue, but you don't need them. Of course, it's gonna help you in Noel maybe, but the only counter to Noel in reality is Noel, right? The thing is, we don't know what's coming after Kyoto. It should be Julius, like in all honesty, it should be Julius, but we're gonna have to see. I think depending on how long this banner lasts, we'll be able to make a more accurate impression, so come back for the should you summon to see. But I'm going to guess Julius is next, so you wouldn't really need Kyoto either way. That's my impression on him. Now, Kohono, insanely good unit. She gets a lot better when Noel does come out, but I would be interested to see how she plays in a non-Noel meta. But I myself will not be pulling her. I just don't think it's worth it, and it genuinely angers me how they're handling Canada, but whatever. Let's get into it. So basically, she is a barrier defense increase and also all attack increase unit while being a healer. She gets continuous recovery on her skill 1, and it's with HP. So it's not magic attack like Mimosa, it's with HP. Her skill 2 does a lot of stuff. Now, it gives a barrier equal to 14% of her max HP, gives defense level 2 to all allies, and gives HP recovery increase so that when you use the ult, you heal more. The barrier itself is going to go up to, what, 16? So up to 30% of her max HP, which is not that crazy, but it's still pretty good. Now, 30%, like, I mean, if you're running an HP unit, you should be around 100k. So it's gonna be like a 30k barrier, but it also does give the defense increase by 140, and also gives HP recovery increase so that when you use the ult, which is 20% of the max HP, so it should be about like now maybe a decent heal. Plus you get the all attack increase, which makes her very good. Now she also increases her max HP, plus reduces damage taken. She has 104 speed, so she is higher than most DPSs in this game in terms of speed. Her HP, I wonder what it is like in comparison to like Charmy and stuff. So her HP is very much down there. Wow. Okay, I don't know. That's a lot lower than I thought it would have been. I'm gonna see if it's because like she doesn't get, actually I just got kicked out of the game, so I can't really check, but wow, I love the game, but yeah, no, Kahono is gonna be good, but the thing is they released someone just really quickly after, not quickly in terms of Canada because of like the placement in terms of when Kahono comes out and then when Charmy comes out. But Charmy's just outright better and you could get it for free, and for right now I don't think you need her. She's only really good in one team at first. It's really just like the Rades Kahono Noel team, and it works well. It works very well. But Charmy's just a better version of her, so if you want to save out, you really don't need Kahono, and she's going to be in the unfeatured. Same thing goes with Kyoto, right? They're both going to be in unfeatured, so you're going to keep on pulling them, which I know I have. So, you know, like, I pulled a lot of Kahono and skill pages. Now, if we do go over the skill pages for both of them, Kyoto. So this one increases crit damage by 20 to 40% with only a 40 to 60% chance. So it's not a guaranteed crit damage increase, so it's not crazy. And it does basically, when you use the skill 2, grant himself dispelled DOTs. And if a DOT was dispelled, he gains 1 stack of exciting dance. I just don't like DOTs too much, and it's not like they're very prevalent, so it's not that crazy. Then as for the Kahono, has a 35% chance of restoring 10 to 20% of all allies' maximum HP upon being hit by a crit, which honestly is kind of really good. I'd say you're still better running other ones, but it's good enough. It does dispel debuffs, so it is nice in many regards. I think that you can run it as an option, but in terms for healing, I'd say that Charmy's, which increases max HP, is much better. There's no other ones that I would run. I would run either Charmy's or Kahono's. That's basically it. Now, if we go to... There's not, I don't know off command for like healers which ones I would run, but I would say Charmy's is probably like always the best option, right? Now this for like HP healers, obviously. Now Gifso basically is gonna give all allies a bunch of damage stuff. So like AoE increased damage, plus if it's a boss, it's 40%. Dispels bleed, increases attack to the ally with the lowest HP, gives all attack for 2 turns, then dispels poison. He's going to be doing decent stuff. He has 110 speed, which is nice. Overall, you shouldn't be using him usually. Like, I think this might be very useful sometimes. I could definitely see this being useful. I would still say that you're better off running like for certain bosses like Ghosh and stuff, especially because in total Ghosh does very much the same stuff, but obviously he's not out yet, but he should be out soon after. Gifso doesn't have a use yet. He's mainly, from what I've seen, used for like against Raya and later stages in the Hall of Illusions, which are not out yet, so that has to be noted down that they are not out yet, those stages. So yeah, those are the 3 units that are going to be coming out. They're all very good. I'd say that they're all like Kahono and Kyoto are still S tier. Gifso is still very good for an SR, but they're not like must summons. You know, you guys got to realize you're going to be able to get them unfeatured, so just realize that and make a clear decision for yourself. But if you still can't do that, I will be back in like 4 days to see with more information. We'll probably get patch notes Wednesday, probably. I could say Wednesday. So yeah, let me know if you guys are going to be summoning. But if you want to check out some showcases, I do have Kyoto in the showcase, so you know, that's there if you want it.